Happy New Year and welcome back to Sunday Spin. I'm Laura here with Terry as always, and this is where we take a couple minutes out of our day and let you guys know what we've been spinning all week. Really quick, we have some exciting news. Band submissions for Camp Pennsylvania are going to officially close on January 15th, so head over to our website and get your band in right now. We listen to everything and it's been a really fun process, but make sure you do that ASAP because there's not a lot of time left. Anyway, Terry, who are you spinning this week?
So I'm going to go back. 2022, we're still so new. It's only in its infancy, so not a lot's been coming out. So I went back, and this was released back in August of 2021. I'm going with Naked Raygun, Chicago band. The album's called Over the Overlords. It's 17 songs, about 49 minutes long. I really like this album. I know there's been some reviews out here about this album kind of being like, if you're a hardcore Naked Rayguns fan that was back in 30 years, because this is their first album released in 31 years. Some people have been like really digging it. Other ones are like just, ooh, this is a little bit different. I'm going to say my take, I actually enjoyed it. I thought this story from front to back was kind of like a cool story. Their albums tend to have intros and outros, and it kind of just rolls into it nicely. I'm not going to talk about the intro because it is just a slow build-up going into the first song. The first song, real song, is Go the Spoils. I thought this was a very classic Naked Raygun song. The woes and the ahs between the breaks, it was definitely there. Definitely a little bit light-hearted song. Very, not a ton of lyrics behind it. The song itself is actually incredibly short, but it definitely gives you good, ideas to what the rest of the album's going to sound like. So I really dug it. The next one I'm going to talk about is Superheroes. This is such a fun song. It really reminds me of classic Naked Rayguns. It has that very 80s, I want to say late 80s, almost early 90s type style to it. It almost feels like you're chugging along and you're like kind of holding like a victory flag and you're going to go. And you're going to hear me because this song was a very visual listening song. There was a lot of images that came out in my head, and this was really like an album for that. I found it to be a bit poppier song. You know me, it's not usually my wheelhouse, so I have a hard time just explaining it, but I really enjoyed the song. I thought it was cool. The guys really kept things on pace. The song wasn't longer than it needed to be. It wasn't short either. The song itself is about kind of like the superhero, almost like an anti-hero in a way. Does everything wrong, but everything that he does wrong is actually right for somebody and right for the right person. And I kind of took it as a love song. I might be wrong when I was looking at the lyrics for this, it's kind of my interpretation. It also made me really laugh because it had a lot of like America in it, just kind of a lot of references like the Eagles and the Coca-Colas and and as a Canadian, I thought that to be kind of cute and kind of funny and kind of stuck to that Naked Raygun's idea of that silliness they have when they do write some songs. So I really dug that. The last song that I'm going to probably dig the most into is called Treat Me Unkind. Love the song. It's a ballad, very flowy, and I hope that I can get you guys to understand how I'm seeing this, because this might be this was exactly what came into my head when I heard this song. It's about some dude getting the shit tortured out of him, essentially, and he's just here for it. I'm not gonna kink shame because, it's not a bad thing. But, I kind of pictured it as to be like Deadpool. I'm gonna go nerd here. It was kind of like what Deadpool would play during a montage while he's getting the shit kicked out of him, and he's just like, and he's got a big smile on his face, and he's just totally enjoying getting his limbs ripped off and beat with them and stuff like that, and kind of slow and flowing and shit's burning behind him, and that's kind of how my head goes to when I listen to this stuff.
Painting a beautiful picture, by the way.
It's a beautiful picture. But, it felt warm, in that despair, there was still some heat that came to my heart, and I could feel, the flames burning behind me. Maybe it was because I was standing in front of my fireplace, but still, neither here nor there. I really they have, use of, the xylophone, I want to say, into it, and just, little spots and stuff. Next week, I dug into a band that does the same thing, but I really thought it was cool. They had some really interesting instrumental pieces throughout this whole album that it wasn't overbearing, but it was just right. And, you know, it's that post-punk, post-hardcore style that for a lot of people that, you know, you kind of like skirt between punk and the two. So I really thought it was very smart use of it. The whole album itself is fantastic. Make sure you go pick up the cover. As you can see here, the art is also fantastic. I thought they did a great job. Laura, who are you spinning this week?
So this week, I'm also taking it back a little bit. I'm actually going back further than you. We're going to 2018.
Oh, shit.
I have been really loving this album. It's by New Jersey band Fat Chance, and you guys know we really love these guys. They played Camp Pennsylvania last year and blew everybody's minds on Thursday night. But this album, Do Not Resuscitate, is really something else. You know, it's one of those things that you keep listening to it and you keep finding things that you fall in love with more every time. And I also love that on their Bandcamp, they put their lyrics up. I love to read lyrics as I go along because I'm always wrong. But that's one reason I really love this band. They're so talented. There's members of Public Serpents in here, members of the Upfucks. Again, they're just loaded with talent. It's pouring out of them, and this full length is the perfect way for you to get introduced to these guys. It's 45 minutes long, 13 songs, and it's hard for me to pick just 3. But I'll go right into it. I'll kick it off with my very favorite one on here. Actually, it's a toss-up between this one and the next one. But Quit Bitchin'. Oh my God, you guys, as soon as you hear it, your body is just moving. It's so fun. It's got these big chunky upstrokes and it breaks into this big bold chorus. And I love the saxophone in here. Oh, my dogs, they love it too, see? But again, lyrically, this band blows me away. There's a lyric in here that I love. It's one of my favorites that I've heard in a long time, and it's, there ain't nothing in this world much stronger than a soul, and I just wanted yours to meet mine. And I really feel that way when I hang out with this band and when I see them on stage, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a reason that our souls met. And I always say this, but I love when the music is just as great as the people that are putting it out, and this band does that for me. But yeah, Quit Bitchin', oh my goodness, it's like the best introduction to this band ever. It gets you going live, it's so much fun. But that brings me to Blue, which, if you have a copy of the Camp Pennsylvania comp from last year, this track is on there. And again, I encourage you to go look up the lyrics as you're listening to this song, because god damn, it just kind of smacks you in the face. It's so relatable, and it's basically about not being okay. And having to kind of cope with that and be okay with not being okay. And I think that everybody, especially during the pandemic, has been hit in some way or another to where you can relate to this song, whether it be on a personal level or a work level or your love life, anything like that. I think that this song is gonna hit you right in your guts. And it's cool because the music is very positive and uplifting. The accordion here is beautiful. The saxophone, they tie in so nicely together. But you listen to the words and you're like, fuck, you know? And I like when music can do that to you, when it evokes a couple different emotions out of you in just one song. And the last one that I'll talk about, and then I'll shut up about this band, is called Rise or Die. And again, it's got these really chunky, like 90s style chords at the beginning of it. And it's super relatable as well. I like the way that these guys use their metaphors when they write and stuff like that. And there's a really great build-up in this song, and these really like soft saxophone tones and these big, huge growling vocals. The way they put everything together really blows my mind, and I'm so excited. They have a couple other things out too that they put out in 2020. There's an EP and some singles that you can pick up on Bandcamp that are also really great. Maybe we'll talk about that at another time. But I really think that you guys should check this band out. They're fantastic. Also, you can catch them with us at the West York Inn on February 5th with, oh God, Working Class Stiffs, Coffee with Lions, Loud Love. It's going to be a great time. You can head over to our Facebook page and all that good stuff and get some more details on that there. Terry, who are you shouting out this week?
So this has been a long time coming, 9 years actually. I'm very excited. They just released it this week on January 6th. A Wilhelm Scream just came out with their new single, Be One to No One. spoke to me very personally. I very much can relate to these lyrics. You know, they talk about depression and like really working yourself up in your head. And also when you are, and I'm only going to speak about this because of my experience as a former addict. When something like that happens, you know, you kind of experience some form of, and I hate to say it that way, but that's kind of how they explain it in the song, is kind of like brain damage. You know, there's a part of me in my chemistry or in my wiring that's been switched. And that's why, you know, if you're an addict forever, because it's a part of it that's always going to be something you're going to have to control, or something you're going to have to shut off, and something you're always going to work with. And it's going to kind of affect the way you do things, the way I party, the way I interact with people, the way I go out and look at the world is much different now than it was when I was 26 and just kind of in the thick of it. So I really relate to the song for this reason. I know they talk about it more in a mental health depression context, but I really thought that sobriety and mental health really work hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, without working on the other. So I really completely related. It was very classic. A Wilhelm Scream, you know, Nick's drumming is right on par. Brian and Trevor's backup singing is completely just perfect. The only thing I thought to be a little bit different with this song was Dano. And I don't know if it's 9 years, but I found his voice to be just slightly higher in this. And I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, because I don't. It could also just be me. I also got 9 years older, so my hearing might have changed. There's just something about this song that was just a little bit different than old Wilhelm Scream. And I kind of just pinpointed it to Nuno's voice changing and an evolution. I didn't hate it. It was different. But definitely go check out the song. They are releasing their whole album out in April 2022. Their album is Lose Your Delusion, coming out April 14th. I am here for it. I am so excited. Oh my God, I think I'm going to just buy all the things. So yes, I'm definitely here. Go check it out. Laura, who's your shout out today?
So you guys, the Drowns put out a brand new single called Know Who You Are on Pirates Press. It literally just came out on New Year's Eve, and it's fantastic. It's super, you know, what you would expect out of this band, and somehow they just keep on getting better. It's got that very classic rock and roll style vibe. If you live on the East Coast, you guys are in for a real treat. They are coming this way this week. You can see them in Brooklyn, Boston, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Go see them wherever you can. If you want to come and hang out with us in Punk Rock Saves Lives, you can catch us on January 15th. It's a Saturday at Porky's in Pittsburgh. We're going to be hanging out all night long. Punk Rock Saves Lives is going to be there swabbing. It's going to be a great night. It's only $15 at the door, so come say hi. And we will see you guys next week.
Well, wait, before we shut this out, because, you know, we still got one more thing.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Wait, Terry, shit.
So yeah, this week we have a music video, as we always end our shows, coming to you from Stay Awake. It is Brave New Normal. They did come out with this back, I believe, in November, maybe early, I want to say November. You know, if you listen to they have a 5-song EP out, which I love. Front to back, I covered this before in the show previous.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
They tweaked the song a bit. Definitely check it out. Compare the two. I actually love this new version. I found it to be much harder. Definitely, if you know me, it hits me right in the heartstrings. So definitely go check it out. And with that, we will see you guys next week.